Cubs haven't really hit the ball very hard, but just well placed.
It's a Ryan Theriot-like swing, really led with his hands through the hitting zone. The barrel drug behind, and he finds that hole in the right side of the infield for an RBI. Boy, how many times did we see Ryan Theriot get base hits just like this last season? That inside out swing, driving home another run.
So the White Sox pitching coach Don Cooper with a trip to the mound. And the aforementioned Ryan Theriot will come up, batting a cool .420.
There's just no breather in this Cubs lineup. Granted, it's spring training. The numbers are inflated. The pitchers are not quite as sharp as they will be as we move forward. But this figures to be a high-powered offense once again this year.
I mean, the 8-hitter, Coy Hill, is at .385. And Zambrano's at .667. In the dirt, 2-0. You know, just thinking about the end of spring training, and it's not the most convenient trip for the Cubs to go from here to New York and back to Houston. And the first week will be comfortable because in Houston, either the roof will be open, or if it's raining, it'll be closed. And in Milwaukee, chances are the roof will be closed. But those 2 games in New York, Bob, wouldn't be a bad idea if it's, you know, high 40s, low 50s to get the Cubs used to that sort of weather. They're going to see a lot of it in April and May in Chicago.
You know, and as odd as this sounds, Len, one of the biggest adjustments is just getting used to wearing more clothes, getting used to wearing the long johns under the uniform, the long sleeves. For the most part, the weather's been very comfortable here down in Arizona. The guys generally wear short sleeves, other than the ones who feel more comfortable wearing the long sleeves. But it's a little bit of an adjustment, just like for the fans coming out to Wrigley Field, when you have to put on layer after layer after layer to withstand the cold and the wind. Players have to do the same thing and still compete. You know, and that's one of the reasons I always felt that the last week of spring training you should really play a lot of night games. And I know there are things that prevent that from happening down here in Arizona. But you come down here to Arizona, guys get up very early in the morning to come to the ballpark. They play afternoon games. They get done at 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, have the rest of the evening off, and then the regular season starts and you're playing predominantly night games. And that's probably as big an adjustment as the players will have to make leaving spring training.
3-2 on the way. Good eye by Theriot. They're loaded up again, this time for Coy Hill. Boy, by and large, just anecdotally, when you think about big innings like this, you usually sprinkle in a walk or two. I mean, it's guys telling that pitcher, I'm not going to swing unless you throw it right in the breadbasket. And don't you think, Bob, when a team leads off an inning with 3 straight hits, it makes a pitcher then not want to throw the ball in that happy zone, and that's why you need to be patient.
Try to nibble a little bit more, keep the ball out of the middle of the hitting zone, and that's when you fall behind and count and really become vulnerable.
And the pitch to Hill is hit foul. And how often do you see an inning like this end when somebody gets themselves out, gets a little too eager in a spot like this, and bounces into a 6-4-3 double play? Fair ball past a diving Fields. Ramirez is in. Miles scores. Theriot's going to hold up at third, and Coy Hill continues his hot spring. And it's now 5-0.
Keep the line moving. I was about to say, Len, you'd like to see Coy Hill avoid the double play just so you could get Zambrano to the plate here in the first inning, but Zambrano's going to hit anyway with 1 out and runners in scoring position. That bouncer right down the third baseline to play 2 more runs.
And that's it. Clayton Richard knocked out. retired 1 batter of the 8 he faced. So right-hander DJ Carrasco, I'm sure had no idea he's going to pitch today in the first inning. He'll come in and we'll be back.
Introducing Dairy Queen Sweet Deals. Any 2 items for $3, any 3 items for $4, or any 4 items for $5. Great food, great deals. I can get a chicken wrap and a sundae together. It's the meal I want at the price I want. The choice is mine. I'm master of my own domain. All powerful. Whoa, was that lightning? DQ Sweet Deals. What's your deal?
Extreme 3, the only disposable with 3 flexible pivoting blades and 2 conditioning strips to contour to your face for an extremely smooth, comfortable shave. Schick Extreme 3, free your skin.
Why the hurry?
My mother-in-law will be here in an hour. Look at my carpet. If I steam clean, it'll be soaked for hours.
Why steam clean? Use Resolve Deep Clean Powder. The moist powder removes ground-in dirt and deep cleans without soaking, so you can easily give your carpets a deep clean, and it's completely dry in 20 minutes. Look, this carpet will please any mother-in-law.
My carpet looks great.
Resolve Deep Clean Powder.
Well, George Skoubis throwing out the ceremonial first pitch on behalf of Culver's Restaurants, the franchisee owner of the Culver's Restaurant in Phoenix, Arizona. Great to see George and everyone from Culver's. And more on Culver's, one of our great sponsors, coming up a little bit later on, as the White Sox have dipped into their bullpen in the bottom of the first inning. DJ Carrasco taking over for Clayton Richard. That hand gesture said it all.
Yeah.
Ozzie.
Well, they were asking Ozzie, I believe, if they wanted to play the infield in, and in a very disinterested way, he said, just play back.
So second and third with Zambrano at the plate. 5 runs in.
You know, normally you'd be a little concerned about your starting pitcher with such a long top half of the first inning, but a pitcher will never complain about it as long as the team is scoring runs for him.
He was looking for his second home run this month. He had a double and scored the game-tying run in his last start. Hit a home run, and the start before that to short. Ramirez will throw to first. Z with his 5th RBI as Terrio scores the 6th Cubs run. Now that might seem like no big deal, but how many pitchers can you count on to make solid contact and knock in that run?
Well, we talk about it all the time. You can help yourself with that bat just by putting the ball in play. Didn't get a base hit, just an easy ground ball to shortstop, but it did drive home a teammate and gives Carlos at least a 6-0 lead before he even goes out there and toes the rubber.
I don't know about you. I'm kind of liking this lineup with Kosuke in it. It's been a good inning. Soriano started it with a single. Breaking ball low and way outside. 2-0.
Usually, Len, it's not till later in the ball game that our scorecards get messed up, but the Cubs have batted around here in the first. Soriano with his 2nd at bat of the inning, so scorecards get messed up in the top of the first.
Fly ball to right. This is a long run for Dye. Fair ball, and it's going to bounce out. Soriano with a double, and it's now 7-0. Coy Hill scoring.
Two base hits in the inning to right field for Alfonso Soriano. The first one appeared to be by design. This one a little more by accident. Cued it right off the end of the bat, but dropped it in a good spot down that right field line. The ball bounces up into the stands for a book rule double.
Maybe Fonzie will pull a Johnny Damon. I once saw Johnny Damon when he was with the Red Sox in 2003 pick up a single, double, and a triple in the first inning. He batted 3 times against the Florida Marlins. They scored 11 runs in the first.
You think he was swinging for the fences the rest of the ball game, trying to achieve that cycle?
Yes, he was. One pitch. Now 1-2.
Shot of Ozzie Guillen over there on the third base side out in front of the dugout. We talked about this earlier in spring. The coaches usually sit outside the dugout so they can communicate about the players and possible moves. I think Ozzie must have a coach in the stands, though, because he's perpetually looking up into the stands. There he is again. He must have a coach behind home plate somewhere.
Both these teams won their division last year. Cubs in the National League Central, the White Sox in the AL Central. Off the end of the bat foul. Still 2-2 on Kosuke. He had a low batting average in the WBC. He hit just 200, but he walked a lot. On-base percentage was over 400. I think just by virtue of this being the second time around, everything he goes through this year, he will have already done it once. I have to think he'll be a lot more comfortable. And Bob, it sounds like there won't be nearly as many media members covering him this year. I don't know if that had any effect on him, but no matter what he did, whether he played or not, he had 5, 6, 7 reporters around his locker every day.
You know, that's something that Lou, as a manager, deals with, the pre- and post-game press conference. But the only player on the Cubs that had to do it every day was Kosuke.
What an inning for the Cubs. 11 came to the plate. 7 came around to score. It's 7-0 after 1.
Yeah. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. And may you have a strong foundation when the winds of change shift. And may your heart always be joyful. And may your song always be sung. May you stay forever young. May you stay forever young.
Every generation refreshes the world.
Cool.
What are you doing, Bob?
I finally figured out how to get my lawnmower to sense precisely the speed I want to walk. It's going to be effortless.
Why don't you just get one of these?
Toro personal pace technology. Mowing has never been easier.
Daddy, the truck's here.
When you want more cargo room, Enterprise will pick you up.
We're making a playhouse.
And get you on your way to special memories.
How's it going?
Finished.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
And yeah, with this GE profile, you get smart dispense technology, each tuition weight sensors, and it's Energy Star rated. And I'm thinking you might like the color. Oh. Yeah.
More top brands than anyone, including the one most perfect for you. Now through April 4th, save 20% on all Kenmore appliances and 10% on all other appliance brands. For more, see Sears.com. Sears Blue Appliance Group.
Right now, Fridays has 10 entrees for just $9.99 each, like zesty sizzling chicken and shrimp or tender sirloin steak. The top 10 menu's the real deal, and no one else has it. Give me the choice of 10 full entrees for $9.99. Give me more Fridays.
Sox, Dodgers, Saturday, 4 East, 1 West on WGN America.
Cubs 7, White Sox nothing. As we go to the second. And we have Hall of Famer and Cubs senior advisor Billy Williams with us from the dugout. Now, Billy, we have to tell the fans we We had you scheduled for the top of the second, but it worked out well coming after that half inning, didn't it?
It really worked out good. You know, looking at those 7 runs up there, everything is great. The guys begin to swing the bat. We begin to get our players in spring training now. I know that the World Baseball League had kept a lot of guys away, but we begin to get Fukudumi back now and Lilly, so he could get some innings in. And, of course, our catcher, who had a fantastic year last year, winning Rookie of the Year. So everything beginning to work out good for us.
A.J. Pierzynski leading off for the White Sox.
Billy, did I see you with a helmet and a bat down there in the dugout? When a team is rapping base hits all over the field like that, makes you want to hit, doesn't it?
It really does. It really does. But I think that's beyond me now. It's in the past. I had on one the other night in that game what Fergie had up there, Fergie and friends. And, you know, I went 1 for 1, but that was it. After getting 1 base hit, I said, that's enough.
Where was the base hit?
That was a base hit up the middle. You know, ground ball up the middle of diamond. I didn't hit it that good, but it was a base hit. In the paper the next day, it was 1 for 1.
That's all that matters. That's right.
Yeah.
The 1972 National League batting champ. You hit .333 that year. So you're 52nd spring training.
It really is. It really is. And I'm very proud of it because, you know, it's been nice out here. I signed to play minor league baseball in 1956. And, of course, the following year, 1957, I came to spring training as a young kid, being around Ernie Banks and Tony Taylor. They learned me a lot about the game of baseball. And after all those years, I'm still enjoying it. You know, really enjoying it at the last inning.
You know, Billy, that's really obvious. We get a chance to come out here on nearly a daily basis, and you're always hanging on the back of that batting cage watching the guys take BP. How much input do you give to Lou and to Gerald Perry talking about the hitters? Do they ask you about some of the hitters on this Cubs team?
Well, they do. I think this started happening when they came in. Gerald has been a great hitting coach for the Chicago Cubs, and I try to give him my input if he asks me about different players, you know, and it's been a great relationship, you know, when you're talking to Lou. Lou has been a good hitter in the major league, and we have guys that have played Major League Baseball and know what to do with a baseball bat. So anything I could do, you know, I'd be around the batting cage and I look at hitters and probably sometime go in and look at films of guys hitting. So it's a great thing. I'm really, really enjoying it.
Billy, thanks so much as always for the time. I will see you after the ball game. All right.
All right. Real good. You guys take care and enjoy the game.
That's Hall of Famer Billy Williams. We'll be back.
World Wrestling Entertainment is coming to WGN America. The biggest names from Raw, SmackDown, and ECW debut on WWE Superstars, a weekly exclusive television series featuring original matches between any WWE superstars from any show at any time. WWE Superstars premieres Thursday, April 16th
at 8 East, 5 West on WGN America.
A little of this, a pinch of that, and we've got a marinade for our all-white meat grilled chicken breasts that makes them more than a little juicy and tender. That's what we're made of.
It's 100% pure beef, which means we have nothing to add. Except, let's eat. That's what we're made of.
This is a strawberry Pop-Tart, and this is the warm, fresh-baked taste of a strawberry toaster strudel. See the difference? Pillsbury Toaster Strudel, the one kids want to eat.
So for our friends and family, we're choosing my golf buddies.
My best friend, Christina. My cousin's in Wisconsin.
And her. She's unlisted. Okay, Seth.
So we can call them no matter what network they're on?
Without using your minutes.
Get friends and family. Unlimited calling to 10 out-of-network numbers, plus over 80 million in Verizon Wireless. And right now, save 50% on our best Samsung devices.
Out of Sight Retro Night, Sunday at 5 East, 2 West on WGN America.
Underway here in the last of the second. One strike on Derek Lee. DJ Carrasco came in with 1 out in the first in relief of Clayton Richard, who was charged with 7 earned runs. Carrasco made 31 appearances for the White Sox last year. Previous big league time with Kansas City. Slings it up there on the sliders outside, 2-2.
You know, Len, as rough as the outing was for Clayton Richard today, it's probably been nearly forgotten by now. I mean, there are some things I'm sure he'll want to analyze and go over and try to correct his next time out, but I think fans put far too much emphasis on spring training performance, whether it's on the good side or the bad side. And I'm sure Clayton Richard is working as we speak to put this one behind him and concentrate on his next outing.
Well, I think any pitcher, position player would tell you if you're going to have a performance like that, you'd rather do it here than in the middle of April.
I mean, sometimes there's a reason why guys struggle in a particular outing or a particular game at the plate. Might be working on one specific pitch and using it to excess just to get a better feel for it, and sometimes that will cost them in the long run. Not sure if that was the case with Clayton Richard today, but I know in the past I've caught pitchers that said, hey, every time I get behind in the count today, I want to throw a straight changeup. I really want to work on the grip on my straight changeup, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But they want to get their work in so that when the bell rings and the numbers start to count for real, it's a pitch that they can use in a tough situation.
Bradley walked his first time, and he strikes out this time. It's 3 straight for Carrasco. Cubs fans, don't forget to check in on our WGN baseball blog on WGNTV.com. Click on the sports link. Look for Len and Bob's baseball blog. I have a post today and a question. Your thoughts on the closer situation. We have game notes and also program details on next Saturday's showings of Cubs Forever and a Cubs Fantasy. Once again, it's WGNTV.com. Ramirez fouled that one off his foot. And that's it for that baseball. Anything that hits the dirt these days is immediately tossed out.
And the guys over in minor league camp sure do appreciate that, because that's usually where those balls end up. Depending on how badly they're scuffed, they may make their way into the batting practice bucket for the next day here in the big leagues. But eventually, just like the players, the baseballs, there's a trickle-down theory. You use them in the major leagues for batting practice. When they get scarred up a little too bad, they go in a box that gets shipped down to Des Moines. The guys in AAA use them for a while. If there's still some life left in them, they may find their way to Tennessee or Daytona or Peoria.
Swing and a miss. Carrasco strikes out the side. But after 2, the Cubs lead the White Sox 7-zip.
Turn on your TV. Sundays to WGN America.
Don't touch that dial.
It's Out of Sight Retro Night. Sunday at 5 East, 2 West. Only on WGN America.
I hear what you're saying. I just don't do commercials. It's not my thing.
Conan, this is different. It's a ton of money, and it's only going to be seen in Sweden.
Only in Sweden?
All the Hollywood guys do this. This one commercial couldn't hurt.
That wasn't me.
Hey, Conan! Vroom, vroom, party starter!
Party starter!
In a remote Italian village, there's a quaint little place known for its Tuscan garlic recipes. It's Olive Garden's cooking school, where our chefs learn the secrets of Italian cooking, like how roasting garlic enhances the flavors in dishes like our new Tuscan garlic shrimp and Tuscan garlic chicken. Try the large sautéed shrimp or the pan-seared chicken, both in a creamy garlic sauce tonight. A little closer to home at your Olive Garden.
As your love has evolved, so have your gifts. From I like you, I really like you. I love you. I will always love you. And sometimes a gift says you mean more to me than anything else in the world. Life insurance from New York Life ensures your loved ones will always be taken care of. With 164 years of financial strength, it's the most selfless gift you can give. New York Life, the company you keep.
I'm on your side.
I'm a seeker.
Don't miss the next Legend of the Seeker
on WGN America.
One of those scuffed baseballs, 7-0 Cubs as we play the third. Josh Fields batting 8th for the White Sox against Carlos Zambrano, who's been sharp early on, and Lou Pinella mic'd up right outside the dugout, and a roller up the middle base hit. Lou, the bottom of the first. Those are fun innings when you have that keep the line moving mentality.
Well, what's been good about today's ball game, Soriano's gone to right field twice, and both times he's found the gap over there. But 7 runs in the first inning, a lot of good hitting, a lot of good contact. We got some key hits from Hill with the double down the left field line. Miles a little single to right field. Fukudomi a line drive over second. That was a really good inning for us. Derek Lee, so good to see. Good to see. We put some runs on the board, and we got Zambrano on the mound throwing the ball quite well.
You know, Lou, a win is a win, and I'm sure you'll take them however you can get them this season. But if you had your choice between a 12-11 Cubs victory or a 1-0 Cubs victory, which one would you rather see?
Well, you know, I hit a lot.
I know you did.
As a big leaguer, and I'm not talking about for average. I went up there to hit quite a few times in my career. Look, I think the fans would, for the most part, prefer an action-packed game. Now, you get 2 aces going against each other, and you see a 1-0 ball game or a 2-1 game, and that's what you come to the ballpark to expect. But most of the time, people want to see some runs scored. I don't know about 12-11, but 7-4, 6-5, 8-3. You know, there's some action in those games.
Jerry Owens at the plate, 1 out in the inning. Lou, good to have Kosuke back.
It really is. You know, we're getting a chance to see him for the first time out in center field. And we're going to play him out there as much as we can here over the next week or so. Yeah, it is nice to have him back. He's been gone basically the whole camp, and we need to get him some at-bats, and we need him to get acclimated to playing center field here in the National League.
Lou, other than just letting him play and get his reps, is there anything in particular you'd like to see from him offensively before you break camp?
Well, what we'd like to see basically is for him.
Well, close play. Nice play by Milton Bradley out in right.
He gets a really good jump on the ball, and he works quite hard with Mike Quaddy. You know, he's a professional, and he takes pride in hitting and pride in defense. But back to Fukudomi, I mean, we'd like to see him spray the ball around. I think when he got himself into problems the second half of last year, it looked to me like he's trying to speed up his swing, and because of it, he forgot left field. I think he tried to pull the ball, and it didn't work for him. I think he's a type of hitter in the National League that if he can hit the ball left center, right center, I think he's going to do a lot better offensively.
Now, Lou, as we sneak up on the end of spring training here, you've still got a couple of tough decisions left to make, one of them being the backup catcher's job, and, of course, the other one anointing your closer. Are you any closer to a decision on either one of those?
We're going to announce that Sunday. I get tired of the media asking us about it. I'm talking about the print media, fellas. And the backup catcher, we're close to that, too. The furthest that we are, I think, right now is finding 1 or 2 more relievers. It's a congestion out there, but it's a good thing.
Lou, always a pleasure. We appreciate the time today.
Thank you, fellas. Enjoy the ball game.
Yeah. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. And may you have a strong foundation when the winds of change shift. And may your heart always be joyful. And may your song always be sung. May you stay forever young. May you stay forever young.
Every generation refreshes the world.
Cool.
If you have a history of smoking and breathing problems, it could be COPD, which includes chronic bronchitis, emphysema, or both. Discover Spiriva, the only once-daily inhaled maintenance prescription that treats both forms of COPD. Spiriva significantly improves lung function to help you breathe better for a full 24 hours. And it's not a steroid. Spiriva is not a rescue inhaler. Tell your doctor about your medicines, even eye drops, and illnesses like glaucoma and urinary or prostate problems. These may worsen with Spiriva. The most common side effect is dry mouth. Others include constipation and problems passing urine. In the event your breathing suddenly worsens, your throat or tongue swells, you get hives, vision changes, or eye pain, stop taking Spiriva and call your doctor. Spiriva is one of many treatment options to consider with your doctor.
Make a habit of breathing better with Spiriva.
I have arthritis in my left hand, and I'm left-handed, but I've been taking Aleve.
Only 2 Aleve can stop pain all day. That would take twice as many Advil or 4 times as many Tylenol.
I've been bowling for 50 years. I would feel bad if I couldn't bowl.
America's Funniest Home Videos. Tonight at 7 East, 4 West.
As Mr. Cub would say, the Cubs will shine in 2009. Briskly played since the bottom of the first. Both Carrasco and Zambrano have been sharp since. Z's been sharp the whole way. And a 2-0 count on Aaron Miles. Thanks to Lou Pinella for joining us. 3-0.
Here, Len, I had to ask Lou that question because we watch him during ball games, not only here in spring training, but during the course of the season. And when the offense is not getting their base hits and Cubs don't have runners running around the bases, he gets a little itchy down there in the dugout. He likes to see his guys swing the bats.
Slicing liner and a base hit, number 7 for the Cubs. And Miles is 2 for 2.
Hey, you're watching Chicago Cubs baseball on WGN TV, and as always, Cubs baseball is brought to you by Bud Light. The difference is drinkability. Now look at that, man. I was down on the field before the game, and I heard those Clydesdales running on the warning track, and I thought it was the catchers running laps, but it turned out to be the Clydesdales.
Yeah, they got a nice hand before the game.
That's quite a sight.
Oh, we're wondering because of spring training, and that one's back through the box. Miles takes a look at it. He's going to stop at second. Might we see the Clydesdales jogging the warning track during game action?
Well, who's going to tell them they can't?
That's a good point.
Yeah, that'd be a show for the fans out on the berm today. Beautiful day to sit out there on the blanket, enjoy some Cubs baseball, and I'm sure they would enjoy watching the Clydesdales run by as well.
Coy Hill with a 2-run double. Tucked it just inside the line the other way. Really tough decision. Coy Hill and Paul Bacco. Coy was out hitting Bacco until earlier this week when Paul had a 4-for-4 performance on Monday. So they're both average-wise doing well. You're not going to count on either guy hitting for a high average during the season. I didn't get a chance to delve too deeply with Lou, but I saw his comments to reporters. He said you can look at the backup catcher 2 different ways. Do you look at it as a guy who's only going to play maybe once a week, or is the decision based on if Giovanni Soto gets hurt, who can we count on to play every day for maybe 2 or 3 weeks? Always have to make sure you're covered in case of an injury to one of your frontline players. And I guess if that's the case, Bob, what's the difference between those 2 scenarios? And he said, I guess I would lean toward the latter, and that is you have to look at it like, who would we really count on, or could we count on if needed?
And to their credit, both of the candidates for that backup catcher's job have responded very well to the challenge. I mean, as you mentioned, Bacco off to a little bit of a slow start in spring training, but has really picked it up offensively. Coy Hill has swung the bat well all spring. Both very solid defensive catchers. If there was a slight edge to be had, Paul Bacco with a little more experience, although Coy Hill has more experience with the Cubs pitching staff. So probably about as even a race as you can possibly imagine at this stage of spring.
Carrasco's 1-2. Tried the backdoor breaking ball, and it missed. 2-2.
Of course, the unfortunate byproduct of that race for the backup catcher's job is the fact that somebody is not going to be the backup catcher. And yeah, Lou is sincerely hoping that whichever candidate loses out in that race gets an opportunity to pick up with another big league team very quickly. And the way those guys have played this spring, I think whichever guy ends up losing the competition will probably find a job rather quickly.
3-2 the count. Big Z on deck. First and second. Cubs lead 7-0, and it's fouled back. And Coy's lost the handle a couple of times on swings in this at bat. And what a pleasure it is to have with us Cubs legend Ron Santo.
Well,
hi, Ron.
Nice to see both of you guys, and I agree with you wholeheartedly, big boy. I always agree with you. I mean, I watched the both of you. You do such a great job. Last night, of course, I watched that MLB Network, and that win was something. Oh my gosh.
Did it remind you a little bit of Candlestick Park?
Oh, absolutely. Kukro felt the same way. You know, I couldn't believe how windy it was.
Well, they're loaded up for Zambrano. I commented I like this lineup with Kosuke in it. 7 runs in the first inning.
It's nice to see Kosuke get a base hit his first time up. I know the WBC, he didn't do as well as he'd like to. He had a bad second half. But, you know, you never know until the bell rings. He's a very talented guy. He's a good athlete. Let's hope he has a good year.
Here comes the 0-1 to Z. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, as you look at this ball club, and you've watched them just about every day this spring, what area kind of interests you the most as we get toward opening days? The closer spot, that's pretty big. Bouncer, Kroger will get an out at second, and that is it. And in fact, the throw gets past. Cubs will get another run. Boy, Terrio just got in, and oh man, he had to slide over the bat.
Is he all right?
Boy, that really hurts. Looked like his side or his arm. He had to go around home plate to beat the tag by Przinsky. It was much closer than I thought it would be, and he landed right on the barrel of the bat. It's 9-0, by the way. Ooh.
Kroger very deliberate starting this 3-6-1 double play. Ramirez's throw back to the pitcher covering first base off the line, and here you'll see the play at the plate Len's talking about. Terrio goes right over that bat. Yeah, usually if there's enough time, the umpire or the on-deck hitter, somebody will go up there and kick that bat out of the way just in case there is a play at the plate. But that play developed so quickly, nobody had a chance to move it out of the way.
So 9-0, and Z will get 1 RBI out of it. He has 2 RBIs in the game, Ron. Carlos has 6 RBIs this spring.
He is something. And it's the best shape I've ever seen him in this year, this spring. He looks great. What I love about this ball club, and I'll say it.
Can you hang on?
Yeah.
Say it in the bottom of the inning or the top of the next inning, okay? It's 9-0. We're with Ron Santos. We head to the 4th.
You do get a hint of drinkability right away.
Does my pen have writability?
Come on, people. We gotta focus. We're not leaving until we've met our budget. We need ideas.
We could cut back on marketing.
We could eliminate bonuses. How about we stop buying Bud Light for every meeting?
It's the only beer with just the right taste. Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
It was a joke!
The longest lasting extra spearmint gum ever. How long does it last? How long does extra spearmint gum last? Longer than it takes an amoeba to evolve into a skateboarder. Extra spearmint gum lasts longer than that.
Right now, Fridays has 10 entrees for just $9.99 each, like zesty sizzling chicken and shrimp or tender sirloin steak. The top 10 menu's the real deal, and no one else has it. Give me the choice of 10 full entrees for $9.99. Give me more Fridays.
Daddy, the truck's here.
When you want more cargo room,
Enterprise will pick you up
We're making a playhouse.
and get you on your way to special memories.
How's it going?
Finished.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
At the Scrubbing Bubbles Toilet Division, scrubologists discovered the only thing worse than a dirty toilet is a dirty clip-on. Ew! Scrubbing Bubbles Toilet Cleaning Gel. Just stamp it in your bowl. It cleans and freshens for a whole week and dissolves away. Scrubbing Bubbles Toilet Cleaning Gel. The freshest way to keep a toilet clean. See Sunday's paper for savings on this and other Scrubbing Bubbles products. S.E. Johnson, a family company.
The 4th annual Race to Wrigley 5K on Saturday, April 25th starts at Clark and Addison, continues through the Wrigleyville neighborhood, and finishes with a run down the Wrigley Field concourse and under the famous marquee. Each participant gets a Performance Management Race t-shirt. Proceeds will benefit Chicago Cubs charities. To register, it's cubs.com/race. Carlos Quentin against Carlos Zambrano, who has been mowing him down today. 9-0 the Cubs lead. And Ron, as you were saying.
Well, as I was saying, I cannot believe this, and probably Bobby would go along with me. This is my 20th year in broadcasting. After seeing me, Bobby, the first year, you wouldn't think I'd be around.
I'll tell you, Ronnie, you bring something to the table that nobody else does, and that's why the fans love you so much. It's all genuine, it's all from the heart, and it's as honest as it can be.
Yeah. But this is the best ball club in my 20 years I've seen. And I just think we're very strong and where you want to be, and that's pitching, both starters and bullpen. We're very deep. We got a lot of depth.
You keep going. It's TV.
Oh, that's right. Gosh, I keep forgetting.
It's spring training TV.
Yeah.
We're not going to cut you off, Ron.
Well, anyway, I just feel that this ball club on the bench, a lot of depth. And we got guys going down to AAA if we do have some injuries, and I'm speaking of pitching, that could come right back up here and help us out. I just really like this ball club. I love our starting staff. And look at the positions. You can't ask for so many guys at the right positions with the bats, and there's no doubt about it that we're going to score a lot of runs this year like we did last year.
Well, Milton Bradley, you can already see the keen eye he has at the plate. He's not going to swing at a lot of bad pitches.
No, he's not. And how about that play he made earlier? I mean, he's a good all-around player. What I liked about Milton, when I first met him, he was just so nice, and he said that, he's been with so many different teams. It's like when they needed a ball player, he was the one they picked. He's never had security. He's got it here. He wanted to be here, and he's going to be the big difference in that lineup to have a left-hander, a switch hitter in that fourth slot.
Not only the stats that he figures to bring Ron, but he's got a little edge to him. There's an intensity there, and I think some fans thought maybe that was missing from the ball club in the last couple of seasons.
Well, that's a good point, Bobby, and I see that. I see it when he's in uniform. Out of uniform, in the clubhouse, different guy, but he's so focused that he could walk right by you in batting practice and not even say a word because he's thinking about the swing.
We saw it earlier in this ball game. He went into second base with some intent to break up that double play.
Yes, he's a player.
3-2 on Jermaine Dye.
I love the way Marshall has pitched this. I don't know, Bob, you probably know it as well as anybody. I felt he's picked up about 3 to 5 miles an hour on that fastball. Marshall.
His delivery's a little more compact this year. I think that's getting his arm in a better position, and whether the radar gun would say it or not, the way the hitters react, it looks like he's quicker this year.
That's right.
Curveball's been good even here.
Oh, boy.
Breaking balls generally suffer.
Yeah, but with that wind in your face last night, you ought to have seen those breaking balls. Both from Marshall and Zito. That's the best Zito's looked all spring.
The Giants are an interesting team. They have 3 Cy Young winners: Randy Johnson, Barry Zito, and Tim Lincecum. They'll pitch.
Yeah.
Brzezinski pops it up. Miles battling the sun, and he has it.
We're talking about the Giants and Matt Cain, another guy that at some point in the future could possibly be that kind of pitcher as well.
Oh, I mean, how do you look at his stats and you say, oh my gosh, but look at his ERA and they don't get any runs for him. But you talk about a good arm. That's a tough staff.
There's Alexei Ramirez. Runners at first and second, one out. Ron, we had Fergie Jenkins in the booth with us last week. Great news, number 31.
Yes.
Will be retired, worn by your former teammate and Greg Maddux.
Yes. Well, it's long overdue for Fergie, no doubt in my mind. And you look at a guy, what he's done for the Chicago Cubs team, and during my era with him, he was unbelievable, winning 20 games 6 years in a row, and that's hard to do in Wrigley Field.
Well, we joke about it, but the biggest question Bob and I get asked in spring training is not who do you think is going to be the closer? Should Soriano lead off? It's where's Ron?
Where's Ron?
It's the honest truth. And we're glad you're here, because there are a lot of disappointed fans when we said that you were not broadcasting today. And these fans love you. And I know when you and Pat work, they are lined up very early. That ball is spanked deep left center. Soriano made the catch. What a play by Soriano. Well, that's one of the nicer grabs he's made as a Chicago Cub. Showing a lot of range out in left center.
We had a long way to run for this one, and you're right, Len. That ball was spanked. Looked like it was going to be extra bases in the gap, but Soriano with that last long leap was able to reach out, catch that ball up in the webbing of the glove, and take away extra bases from Ramirez. Nice play.
Let me ask you a question, Ron. I mean, and Fonzie's talked about the wall. He's not great going back. Is it tougher for him, you think, because of Wrigley Field and the dimensions there? I mean, at least here he knows if he bangs against the wall, it's padding. I mean, it's not easy to play out there.
Well, I think every outfielder that's ever played out there thinks about that and shies from the wall. Fold is the only guy I ever seen going into the wall the way he did. But absolutely, you hit a ball like that, and boy, once you hit that the sand out there or whatever it is, and then you're going to hit bricks. That ivy, I always talk about that ivy being a cushion. And I tell Patrick, once in a while when you get out in the outfield, just jump into that ivy. I said.
I'm sure Pat's taking you up on that, right?
No. The warning track is the key. And right field's very difficult to play in Wrigley Field with the sun and the wind.
So you had all the elements.
Yeah.
Extremely difficult. A little more space here in Mesa. But you need the ballparks here to be big because the ball flies.
Yes.
2-2 pitch. Just missed on a fastball. Josh Kroger spent the last 2 years in the Cubs minor league system. 3-2 the count.
I was looking at his numbers in the minor league last year. 15 home runs, 69 RBIs. And I remember him, but
just couldn't crack the Cubs roster.
No.
He was originally a member of the Arizona Diamondbacks. He was a minor leaguer when I was with the Diamondbacks, and he put up good numbers in the minor leagues every year over there as well. But he just run into that logjam. Too many good players at the big league level, and just never was really a spot for him on the major league roster. But he just continued to put up great numbers in the minor leagues.
Yeah, there are players like that. Put up big numbers, but come to big league a little different, and then the opposite too. A lot of times you have it, you get a chance to go to the big leagues and you play better up there.
It's the second walk of the inning. Z got a lot of help defensively from Soriano, who made a great running catch.
Sometimes you just get log jammed at the wrong position.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine some of the Cubs third basemen back in the 60s and 70s? They had no chance to make it to the big leagues. And Ron Santo guy is going to be there forever.
Well, I was very fortunate to speak of that because I came up when I was 20, but Alvin Dark was a third baseman, retired, and it left an opening. And You got to have those kind of breaks. You look at off power. Now, here's a guy to me can play every day, and I think he's going to be a star. He's a real, real fine first baseman.
Well, I think the key, Ron, and you're right, you know, you do need to get that break. You know, Mike Fontenot getting that chance in New York a couple years ago, and Lou saw something very quickly that he liked. But as you know so well, ultimately it is up to you, because to stay here, that's harder than to probably get here.
That's right. That's exactly right. And Fontenot, when I first saw him come up from the minor leagues, of course he hit 360 in the minors, but I knew this kid was going to end up in that lineup sometime. He's a good compact hitter. He runs well.
What do you call him, Little Babe Ruth?
Little Babe Ruth. That's my man. I think for LSU, he had 17 home runs. He holds the record for most home runs in a year there.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
He's struggling a bit with his command 3-1. He needs to throw a strike to Fields. With the bases loaded. Here it is. High fly ball. He got under it just enough. Kosuke still drifting. And that ball, I believe, got out. No, they bounced out. Hit the warning track and then went out. It'll be an automatic double. Man, did he hit that ball high. And it just kept carrying. The wind is not blowing at the moment. And the White Sox will get 2 runs, but it was very nearly a grand slam.
Z coming right down the middle with a fastball. Fields got under it. You could see he was a little frustrated. Probably thought he should have done more with that pitch, but he bounces it off the warning track and out of here. I think it looked like Kosuke looked up, and his first move was to look right into the sun, because he was really struggling to find that ball, trying to drift where he thought it was going to be, and unfortunately it was over his head and out of the ballpark on a bounce.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he just lost it in the sun when he looked up. This is very difficult here in Arizona.
So Wilson Betemit will hit for the pitcher Carrasco, as the White Sox are on the board.
Get a look at Fukudome. You can see he lost it right away and then started drifting with the ball, but it just continued to accelerate over his head, and White Sox are on the board with a couple of runs.
Well, Ron, just like old times, 3-man booth.
Yeah.
Sitting next to Bob. Now, did you sit in between?
No,
Tom, or were you on the end?
Yeah, I want to be out of the picture at the time.
They put me in the middle so I could referee.
Oh.
Now, did you guys use hand signals? Did you just like shove him out of the way when you wanted to jump in, or how did that work?
I didn't talk much. Oh gosh, I would have never, Len, got through. I mean, I never looked at myself as a broadcaster, you know, and I was in business, you know, once I got out of baseball, so I was out for 17 years. And it was, I always felt I was pretty good on the other side of the mic being interviewed. But when I got behind the mic, I panicked. I mean, I literally, and I admitted, in fact, I went in, if it wasn't for Bobby and Tom, I would have never stayed the full year. I mean, I was so embarrassed that I went in and said that, you know, this isn't for me. And then I heard a tape and I said something constructive and laughed. And Dan Fabian, general manager, said to me, he said, we got you because of your personality. We want you to be you.
That's right.
And from that moment on, and then Bobby, he left me sitting high and dry all by myself.
I didn't need to babysit you anymore. You were a pro. You could handle it.
Well, we should also give props to our good friend Jack Rosenberg, who also he saw the chemistry, heard it, and wanted you guys and Tom Brenneman to be together. And you and Pat do a great job, make us laugh, you keep us entertained, and thanks for stopping by the TV booth, Ron.
Good, Len.
It's 9-2 Cubs.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced nor retransmitted in any form. and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs.
Introducing Dairy Queen Sweet Deals. Any 2 items for $3, any 3 items for $4, or any 4 items for $5. Great food, great deals. I can get a chicken wrap and a sundae together. It's the meal I want at the price I want. The choice is mine. I'm master of my own domain. All powerful. Whoa, was that lightning? DQ Sweet Deals. What's your deal?
Extreme 3, the only disposable with 3 flexible pivoting blades and 2 conditioning strips to contour to your face for an extremely smooth, comfortable shave. Schick Extreme 3, free your skin.
The values of Best Western.
As a business person, I know what business travelers need.
Breakfast and fresh in-room coffee. Free high-speed internet access.
Our values go beyond our rates.
That's why we offer our free Best Western Rewards card.
We are there, wherever your business takes you.
Better values, Best Western. Like 1 million Best Western Rewards points. You're entered when you sign up to earn double points through April 5th or triple points for AAA members. For full details, visit bestwestern.com.
Kosuke Fukudome lost that deep fly to center. I wasn't sure if it hit the track or went out. And Greg Thomas, our center field camera operator, he didn't know where it was either.
He got the shot.
Good,
yeah.
My 8-year-old son is a skateboarder. That's what you call a bail.
A bail.
Yeah.
Okay.
That means you just abort, get out.
We worked on that a few times down here this spring when some of those foul balls have made their way over the net behind home plate. I've seen you bail a few times.
Left-hander Randy Williams, who was a 12th round pick of the Cubs back in 1997, trying to hook on with the White Sox this spring. Fukudome with a foul pop. Kroger without room. Williams early on had some arm trouble. Kosuke in his first game after the WBC, single and a run and a strikeout. Who's going to take this one? Kroger will.
And it's always good to talk to our buddy Ron, and I know fans out there will remember his debut on the Cubs radio network. Windy game at Wrigley Field, and Ron had a cup of coffee sitting on his scorebook, and as they were counting us down to go on the air, 3, 2, 1, a gust of wind came in the booth and blew the coffee over Ron's scorebook. Probably the only time Ronnie's ever used a scorebook. And the first words out of our 3-man booth happened to be a profanity, but we settled in nicely after that, and boy, the fans just love Ronnie, as do we.
1-0 pitch to Derek Lee, a swing and a miss. And you know, for those who don't get a chance to spend much time with Ron off the air, he's one of the most inspirational people we know. To think about all the things he has to go through. There's a gapper for Derek Lee. It's going to roll all the way to the barrier, and he's going to end up at second base. Boy, Ron never complains about his health, and considering all that he's gone through, he's looking great, feeling good this spring, and it's great to see.
Oh yeah, he says he feels great. As you get a look at Derek Lee doubling to the gap in left center field, Derek apparently feeling great too. Yeah, Ronnie's found a new workout regime that seems to be working very well for him, and it's going to be tough to keep up with him this summer.
Derek came in at 244, but he has 2 hits today. And the pitch to Milton Bradley, fastball outside. You're going to see a lot of 2-0 counts with Milton Bradley in the batter's box. And just talking to hitting coaches, Hall of Fame hitters, I've heard Billy Williams talk about this, speaking with you about it. You know, when people ask, why don't some guys take pitches like Milton Bradley does, and Manny Ramirez and Derek Lee, ball 4? The general response is because a lot of guys don't like to hit with 2 strikes.
Either they don't like to, or they don't have the confidence to hit with 2 strikes, to be able to shorten up their swing a little bit, put the ball in play. And obviously Milton Bradley's not one of those guys. Very patient. You may see him be a little more aggressive with runners in scoring position, but you know, he's going to make that pitcher throw him a pitch that he thinks he can hit hard somewhere.
There's another guy not afraid to bat with 2 strikes, Aramis Ramirez.
Well, I just think anytime you can add a hitter like Milton Bradley with his patience and his aggressiveness when the ball is in the strike zone to a lineup that really showed great improvement last year in doing exactly that same thing. We talked about Ramirez in our last telecast. I felt he was the most improved player on the ball club because of his patience at the plate. He got a lot better pitches to hit deeper in the count, and adding another hitter of that same ilk just figures to make the offense that much stronger.
And I really think it puts pressure on the less patient hitters in the lineup to be a little bit more patient. You have guys having 6, 7, 8 pitch at bats. You don't want to be the guy to make the out on 1 pitch. Hit into that inning-ending double play we talked about earlier.
And we talk about it all the time, and I hate to be repetitive, but anytime you can get that starting pitcher out of the game early, run up his pitch count, bang him around a little bit, get him out of the ball game, every ball club's weakness is long relief.
6-4-3. Ramirez starts the double play, and that'll end the Cubs' 4th. All Cubs early on, 9-2.
I hear what you're saying. I just don't do commercials. It's not my thing.
Conan, this is different. It's a ton of money, and it's only going to be seen in Sweden.
Only in Sweden?
All the Hollywood guys do this.
This one commercial couldn't hurt.
Bud Light. Vroom, vroom, der party starter.
Vroom, vroom, party starter.
That wasn't me.
Hey, Conan. Vroom, vroom, party starter.
Party starter.
In a remote Italian village, there's a quaint little place known for its Tuscan garlic recipes. It's Olive Garden's cooking school, where our chefs learn the secrets of Italian cooking, like how roasting garlic enhances the flavors in dishes like our new Tuscan garlic shrimp and Tuscan garlic chicken. Try the large sautéed shrimp or the pan-seared chicken, both in a creamy garlic sauce tonight. A little closer to home at your Olive Garden.
It seems like a great price, but I better make sure.
Who are they?
Well, they're my low-price search party. They help me find the best deals.
Or we could just step over to the Sears Appliance Research Center and check the competition's prices to make sure you're getting the lowest price possible.
We'll be in the food court.
We find the lowest prices, then we beat them. Now through April 4th, save 20% on all Kenmore appliances and 10% on all other appliance brands. For more, see Sears.com. Sears Blue Appliance Group.
Looking for ways to improve your digestive health? Probiotic yogurt can help. Compare YoPlus. It has a unique combination of special cultures and fiber, plus vitamins A and D. In fact, YoPlus cultures are clinically proven to naturally regulate digestive health. And with creamy, delicious flavors like blackberry pomegranate, it has the great taste you expect from YoPlay. Make a smart choice for your digestive health. Switch to YoPlus today. Brand Power, helping you buy better.
You guys aren't going to eat one of these,
Cubs 9, White Sox 2. Cubs offense has been really hot lately. Scored 20 runs on Monday against Oakland. Top of the order now for the Southsiders. 1 ball, no strikes to Jerry Owens. Great to have with us in the booth the Vice President of Marketing with Culver's, one of our great sponsors here on WGN Sports. Chris Contino's with us. Hi, Chris.
Hello.
Welcome to the booth.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It's good to be here.
Hey,
you have to have one, please.
Yes, this is it right here.
Twist our arms, yeah.
You've got the custard-filled Oreo.
Oh. Yeah, you know, you take the cookie that, you know, Milk loves, and then you surround it with the best frozen custard in the world, and you've got a delicious dessert.
Well, I had one after lunch, and we brought in a couple props, and I'm going to take care of this one after we're done.
Prop.
Between innings, yeah.
Look at that.
You know, Chris, we're very good at, you know, wolfing down, whether it be something like the Oreo frozen custard sandwich or a hot dog in 1 minute and 45 seconds. We can do that.
Is that it?
That's it.
If I got you a butter burger, could you do that as well?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Absolutely.
Big butter burger fan. We walked into the ho-ho room downstairs, and the first thing they asked us to vanilla or chocolate. I just thought it was just kind of a general question.
So you're able to say both?
We ended up with one of each, yeah.
Good. It's always good to see get Culverized behind the batter, too.
There's a base hit for Owens into right, and the leadoff man is on. Well, great to see Culver's expanding here in the Valley as well.
We are. We just opened up our 3rd restaurant in Surprise, Arizona last week, and that's doing very well for us. We have some more on the way. We also have back in Chicagoland, where our Chicagoland viewers are, probably 50 or so Culvers that are operating right now, taking care of our honored guests every day and making sure that they enjoy a butter burger and these Oreo cookies every day as well.
Called strike on Getz, the second baseman. Well, Saturday, July 18th is Culver's 25th anniversary of doing it right for guests throughout the Midwest.
That's correct.
Great milestone.
Yeah, we started back in Sauk City, Wisconsin. Craig and Lee Culver and their parents George and Ruth opened their first Culvers in hopes that that would be the only one around, and now we're up to 400 almost, and it's quite a feat for us, and we're excited about our 25th anniversary.
Well, a real treat for Cubs fans here in the Valley of the Sun, and you know there's a lot of Cubs fans here. They can tune into a WGN game and stop by Culver's afterwards for a butter burger. And
oh, it's great. It's great, and you know, I have a shirt on that says Culver's, and as you walk through the aisles here, everybody just yells it out, and a lot of transplants here or people here on spring break, and it's just a great feeling how people you know, see the name or hear Culver's and get very excited about it.
2-2 on Getz. Owens with medium lead off first base, and a fly ball left field. Soriano underneath, and 1 out. Well, the thing about Culver's is it doesn't have to be, you know, 85, 90 degrees. It doesn't matter what the temperature is outside. Everybody's got a hankering for some custard.
Yep, the frozen custard and our great butter burgers and our great dinners we have. It's Lent time now, so today being Friday, our great cod and walleye that we have in our restaurants, and that's a great variety that we have, and it gets us through any season, not just summertime or baseball season.
Carlos Quentin got under that one. Bradley in right. 2 away. Well, it's a great night of Cubs baseball coming up next Saturday on WGN and WGN America. At 7 o'clock, it's Cubs Forever, followed by the WGN News at 9, and then at 9:30, a Cubs Fantasy a week at the Randy Hundley Fantasy Camp. That's Saturday, April 4th, getting you ready for the regular season here on WGN Sports. That got by Coy Hill, and Owens is going to end up at second base. And Chris, we had a chance to chat with some people over. You had a group down here, and everybody was enjoying a meal before the game.
Yep, and
what a ballpark. It's a great day to be out here.
Yep, they're still out here today. Unfortunately, we couldn't have all of our team members from our Arizona restaurants here because they're out working, but we have plenty there who are having a good time and enjoying their time here. And we were just talking, we're looking forward to having you guys come back up to Chicago in a couple of weeks. You know, we're getting snow there tomorrow, so
don't remind us. Well, we can't thank you and Culver's enough for your wonderful sponsorship and the great relationship with WGN Sports over the years.
It's our pleasure.
Hope to continue it for a long, long time. And anytime you want to drop off the frozen custard sandwich to the booth, you're welcome to do so.
How about on Culver's Day, which I think is at Wrigley Field in the middle of June. So, well, and think it's an interleague game as well. So we're looking forward to coming back.
Works for me.
Well, you know where to find us.
Chris, thanks so much for stopping by. We
Thank
really
you very
appreciate
much.
the
I
time.
appreciate it. I appreciate
Thank
you
you,
guys
Chris.
and all you do for us as well.
Thank you. Yeah, we'll be in Surprise on Monday, so we'll try to stop on by the new store in Surprise, Arizona. 2-2 pitch. Another pop-up. This time it's Miles. And he kept his feet moving. And that ends the inning. Cubs 9, White Sox 2, middle of the 5th.
Excuse me. Do you know the way to Route 70?
Nope.
What is that?
That's the money you could be saving with Geico. Poor fella. Must have been following you for miles. Looks tired.
Tell me who's watching. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
I absolutely love playing badminton. Aleve makes me pain-free, so I can move on the court.
Only 2 Aleve can stop pain all day. That would take twice as many Advil or 4 times as many Tylenol.
With Aleve, I'll never stop playing badminton.
What are you doing, Bob? I finally figured out how to get my lawnmower to sense precisely the speed I want to walk. It's going to be effortless. You see, it can read my mind.
Why don't you just get one of these? Toro Personal Pace Technology. Mowing has never been easier. Visit a Toro retailer or Toro.com to learn more.
Your kids give you more than they'll ever know. For Dada.
Here.
For Daddy.
Happy Father's Day, Dad.
For Dad. For Pops. And for the love your kids give you, there's one special gift. Life insurance from New York Life ensures your loved ones will always be taken care of. With 164 years of financial strength, it's the most selfless gift you can give. New York Life, the company you keep.
Sox, Dodgers, Saturday, 4 East, 1 West on WGN America.
Hey, Cub fans, still looking to... Hey, Cub fans, still looking to get tickets to the hottest Cubs games this year? Visit Cubs.com and click on StubHub, the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of Cubs.com. See a Cubs game from the best seats at Wrigley Field? Check out StubHub at Cubs.com, where baseball is always on.
9-2 Cubs. 7 of the 9 were scored in the opening inning. Against starter Clayton Richard. Aaron Miles shoots it out into left center and is 3 for 3.
We just talked last inning. The Cubs hit about patience at the plate, but if you get a ball you think you can handle on that first pitch, everybody's a first ball fastball hitter, and Miles got a fastball down and out over the plate. Apparently where he was looking for it, and dunks it out there in the gap in left center for a base hit.
Pitch to Terrio, inside out swing. Jermaine Dye drifting over to the line and now backpedaling and makes a catch. 1 out in the inning. Bob wanted to send out condolences to the family of Hall of Famer George Kell, who passed away earlier this week at 86. Terrific third baseman and one of my favorite TV broadcasters with the Tigers. He worked with fellow Hall of Famer Al Kaline and called a lot of games involving Alan Trammell. And George Kell will be missed. I was talking with Tram before the game. George Kell, one of the nicer people I've ever met. One and nothing on Coy Hill.
Also like to send out birthday wishes today to John Delgado from Sterling, Illinois, from his daughter Caroline. Happy 81st birthday, Dad. And a big hello to Dorothy and Irv Helfand back home in Chicago from their son Steve. Steve's out here enjoying the sunshine while you're back there in the cold weather in Chicago, but he wanted to say hello.
Happy 50th birthday to Brian Walheim. He's at the ballpark today with his family, Grant, Gary, and Maxine. Also, Larry and Carol Meyer are here. They're from Geneseo, Illinois. Kind of looked like that Oreo we had. We got the White Sox black on the outside, the Cubs white in the middle.
Yeah, there's a few Sox fans scattered around the ballpark today.
Three and two on the switch hitting Hill. Miles runs, bounded to third. That dirt in front of home plate here at Hohokam pretty hard. 2 outs. Here's Big Z. We saw Luis Vizcaíno warming up earlier. He is not on the mound currently, so I think Z's going to stay in and pitch another inning. I think that was a just in case situation.
Darn split ends.
Z's 0 for 2, but he's knocked in 2 runs. So he's made his at-bats count.
Is he talking to home plate umpire Jerry Davis? I'm sure he's saying, am I going to get that same strike come opening day? Which might have been a little down.
Fly ball, and it's Owens. And that's the inning. Leadoff single, no runs. Cubs lead 9-2 as we head to the 6th.
WWE Superstars is coming to WGN America, a weekly exclusive television series featuring original matches between any superstars from any show. WWE Superstars premieres Thursday, April 16th
at 8 East, 5 West on WGN America.
A little of this, a pinch of that, and we've got a marinade for our all-white meat grilled chicken breasts that makes them more than a little juicy and tender. That's what we're made of.
It's 100% pure beef, which means we have nothing to add. Except, let's eat. That's what we're made of.
When my allergies hit, I've got a great new way to hit back. I get Claritin Clear with new Claritin liquid gels. The first and only non-drowsy allergy medicine with pure liquid power. Claritin liquid gels, a powerful new way to live Claritin Clear.
Why the hurry?
My mother-in-law will be here in an hour. Look at my carpet. If I steam clean, it'll be soaked for hours.
Why steam clean? Use Resolve Deep Clean Powder. The moist powder removes ground-in dirt and deep cleans without soaking, so you can easily give your carpets a deep clean, and it's completely dry in 20 minutes. Look, this carpet will please any mother-in-law.
My carpet looks great.
Resolve Deep Clean Powder.
Daddy, the truck's here.
When you want more cargo room, Enterprise will pick you up.
We're making a playhouse.
And get you on your way to special memories.
How's it going?
Finished.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Pretty nice list right there. Carlos Zambrano ranking 4th on the list of most wins by a starter since 2003. That's 4/5 of a real good rotation right there.
Do you need a 5th starter in that group?
Why would you want one? You want to run those guys out there as often as you possibly could.
9 runs on 10 hits for the Cubs. The White Sox with 2 runs on 5 hits. They haven't heard an attendance yet, but Cubs look to be threatening the Cactus League attendance record once again. Ball 1 on A.J. Pierzynski. It's been pretty quiet today. A.J. normally isn't very quiet. Two-time All-Star. Anthony John will ground out to Aaron Miles, 1 out.
Well, you like it when A.J. Pierzynski has a quiet day, because usually he's right in the middle of good things for the White Sox. Sometimes controversial things, but more often than not good things. So if A.J.'s having a quiet day, that's good for the Cubs.
Alexei Ramirez, ball 1. He finished second to Evan Longoria last year in the American League Rookie of the Year voting. He was the opening day center fielder. He settled in eventually at second. And he's going to replace Orlando Cabrera at short this year. He fouls out to Lee. Four grand slams last year for the guy they call the Cuban Missile, Alexei Ramirez.
Well, you have to believe as he gets more experience around the American League, gets more repetitions, more at bats, gets more familiar with the opposing pitchers, and maybe puts on a pound or two, this guy's just going to continue to get better and better. Good looking young player. I always wish I had that problem. I wish a manager somewhere along the line would say, hey, listen, we need you to put on a few pounds, kid. No problem.
Well, one Cub in that situation is Rich Harden. He lost about 7 pounds battling the stomach illness, had some food poisoning. He said it's going to take him probably 2 months to put the weight back on. Kroger flies out.
I got a few tips for him.
Okay, we'll get you guys together. Whoa, get that baseball.
Chicago Cubs baseball is brought to you by Pepsi. Refresh everything. Visit refresheverything.com.
Yeah. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. And may you have a strong foundation when the winds of change shift. And may your heart always be joyful. And may your song always be sung. Sing it. May you stay forever young. May you stay forever young.
Every generation refreshes the world.
Cool.
If you have a history of smoking and breathing problems, it could be COPD, which includes chronic bronchitis, emphysema, or both. Discover Spiriva, the only once-daily inhaled maintenance prescription that treats both forms of COPD. Spiriva significantly improves lung function to help you breathe better for a full 24 hours. And it's not a steroid. Spiriva is not a rescue inhaler. Tell your doctor about your medicines, even eye drops, and illnesses like glaucoma and urinary or prostate problems. These may worsen with Spiriva. The most common side effect is dry mouth. Others include constipation and problems passing urine. In the event your breathing suddenly worsens, your throat or tongue swells, you get hives, vision changes, or eye pain, stop taking Spiriva and call your doctor. Spiriva is one of many treatment options to consider with your doctor.
Make a habit of breathing better with Spiriva.
Turn on your TV. Sundays to WGN America.
Don't touch that dial.
It's Out of Sight Retro Night. Sunday at 5 East, 2 West. Only on WGN America.
Time to have a ball with our friends at the Illinois Lottery. Oopsie daisy. Kosuke trying to send that souvenir into the stands.
Well, ultimately, somebody will have a ball thanks to Kosuke Fukudome. Misfired on the first attempt, but back to get it and fired it up on the berm.
Maybe you had a Butterburger in between innings. It's today's Have a Ball, thanks to the Illinois Lottery. Octavio Dotel will take over on the mound. Brian Anderson's now playing right. And Brent Lillibridge is at second. And Paul Sullivan from the Chicago Tribune is in the booth. How you doing, Sully?
Good. How you doing, Len?
Doing fine. I think everybody's just about ready to get it going.
Yeah, you know, 8 weeks here. The weather's great and everything, but there comes a time where you just got to get home, and we still got a couple weeks before we even get home. So, but it's been a good spring.
Well, we had the manager on earlier, but we're going to just ask you flat out because you know all. Who's going to be the closer? I have a guess.
I'm guessing Marmol. I don't know why, because he really hasn't looked all that good the last few games. But Lou kind of said, you know, you got to give him a mulligan for last night because he was pitching in really terrible conditions. And I think it's just kind of his job to lose. And I think they want him to have it, even though Greg has pitched, obviously has pitched great all spring. Either way, you can't go wrong, I think, at this
point. I would agree. I think you could make a case for both guys. It's been a pretty quiet spring, which I guess you would expect after a 97-win season. Early on, got the questions about October out of the way, but really not much has come up about it since.
No, I'm sure we'll have to resurrect it like right before the season, but you know, it's a new season, and ooh, you don't want to see that. But I mean, Milton Bradley is really going to, I think, add a lot to this team. He's a little crazy, but so far the guy looks like he can hit, and I think that's all that they really care about.
2 strikes on Kosuke. Sure, one of the big headlines in the Trib tomorrow will be his debut with the Cubs after the WBC, 2 outs.
Yeah, kind of a quiet debut. I don't know. I talked to him yesterday, and I don't know if it's the new interpreter or what, but he seemed like a different person. Like he's really a lot more relaxed this year, less stressed out, not so serious. I think not having all the Japanese writers here is really going to help him. Because, you know, he was under constant spotlight. He had to do a press conference every day last year. And now I think he'll be a little more alone, and maybe he can blend in more and just you know, relax a lot more than he did last year.
You know, certainly one of the questions I get asked a lot, because he is such a popular player and people are very familiar with him from his days at Notre Dame. But what do you think is going to be the situation for Jeff Samardzija this year?
Boy, you know, I thought for sure that he was almost a lock to make the team, but now he's just had a hard time with his mechanics lately, overthrowing. I think
left field, and Quinton's going to make the catch down on a knee. Sully, can you hang for a couple more minutes? We don't want to ruin your deadline or anything, but hey, TV's more important right now, right? Cubs 9, Sox 2.
I'm on your side. I'm the Seeker.
Don't miss the next Legend of the Seeker on WGN America.
You do get a hint of drinkability right away.
Does my pen have writability?
Come on, people. We gotta focus. We're not leaving until we've met our budget. We need ideas.
We could cut back on marketing.
We could eliminate bonuses. How about we stop buying Bud Light for every meeting?
It's the only beer with just the right taste. Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
It was a joke!
There's no greater joy than giving to your kids for their first tooth, first steps, first set of wheels, first day of practice. But only one gift protects a lifetime of firsts. Life insurance from New York Life ensures your loved ones will always be taken care of. With 164 years of financial strength, it's the most selfless gift you can give. New York Life, the company you keep.
I may have eyes in the back of my head, but I can't keep an eye on everything. Thankfully, my air freshener is always watching out. New Airwick iMotion lets out continuous fresh scent all day, and its watchful motion sensor detects movement and adjusts the fragrance. One less thing on my watch list. Airwick iMotion keeps an eye on fragrance so you don't have to. Airwick, it's good to be home.
I want to know who they originally wrote the note to. Oh, who's on today? Oh, Bob and Len. All right.
Probably says Pat and Ron underneath that, just in case.
Is it Bruce, Jim, Bob, or Bruce and Jim, Bob? You know, one person, two, or three?
However you say it, that's what it is.
Who are the Huzzies?
It's a good question. Angel Guzman will pitch for the Cubs here in the 7th. Cubs lead 9-2. We're with Paul Sullivan, the Chicago Tribune Cubs beat writer. Your business is changing. There's a lot more, obviously, the internet.
Yeah.
With the boom of the internet, and well, I read your stories, and they're up fast.
Yeah, they're up. Like I'll be driving on my way home from Peoria down here, and then, you know, I'll get a call like on my way home from Jim Hendry. Yeah, what was this all about? Like, well, how do you know that? He said, oh, it was on your blog. Like, oh, well, then I have to explain things, and then he eventually calms down. But yeah, it's amazing how fast they do post that. But that's the new media, and we've got to adapt or die.
Josh Fields takes strike one from Angel Guzman. We were talking about the bullpen situation. Jeff Samardzija, a bubble guy at the moment. Angel Guzman without options, which could complicate things a little bit.
Yeah, I would think Samardzija has pitched his way off the team in my mind, but you never know. I mean, Guzman hasn't really had a strong spring. He's been a lot better lately, but out of options. The Rule 5 kid, David Patton, they like a lot, but if you do commit to him, you've got to commit to him the whole season. Chad Gaudin not pitching very well. I don't know. It's I think except for the last 4 spots in the bullpen, it's not as deep as I thought it would be.
Sully, I'd be interested to get your take on this. As Len mentioned, the Cubs won 97 games last year, kind of cruised to the division title, and then obviously had their problems in the postseason. And for me, one of the big problems for the Cubs recently has been a lack of solid fundamental baseball.
Yeah.
And don't you think that because of the powerful offense, the strength of the top of the rotation, the strength at the tail end of the bullpen, sometimes those fundamentals that you need to win a big playoff game get lost in the shuffle during the regular season? And I'm just wondering if this team is any more solid fundamentally than teams in the past couple of years.
It's hard to say right now. I haven't seen a whole lot of Milton Bradley in right field, and now we've got Fukudome in center. Alfonso, you know what you're going to get out of him in left, which is a lot of confusion usually, especially if he's going back to the wall. No, I think this is just a team that's going to have to outslug you. I was talking to Ozzie before the game and about the closer thing, and he said, you don't need a closer. They're going to score so many runs, they're not even going to need a closer. So, you know, Lou is a guy that likes a real strong defensive team. That's why we never saw much of Matt Merton or Darryl Ward, guys like that. So, I mean, you watch those Japanese teams play in the WBC and you're like, wow, how do they do that? But they just have total fundamental drills nonstop all day long, I guess, which I guess major leaguers just don't do.
1 ball, no strikes on Brian Anderson. He's now playing right for Jermaine Dye, and he hits one high and very deep to right, and Bradley's going to watch it fly out. Anderson with an opposite field home run to make it 9-3.
How you guys like Bradley?
Well, I've been very impressed with his offense, and defensively he's made a couple of nice plays, and I think the big key will be certainly the durability in the outfield.
Yeah. If they get 130, 35 games out of him, they said they'll be happy. So.
You had an interesting conversation with Milton the other day.
Yeah, I don't really understand him yet. Hopefully I will soon. He's, I don't want to say cocky, but he's very confident in himself. He kind of reminded me of Reggie Jackson coming to the Yankees and saying, I'm the straw that stirs the drink. He said, I'm a winner, and, you know, I'm here, so we're going to be better, and I've won everywhere I've been, and he's a very confident guy. And last night he went a little psycho on the field in that game in San Francisco after he was called out in a force play. I thought he was going to storm the stands or something. He's a very intense guy, and I don't know. We'll see. It's interesting, I'll say that.
Swing and a miss. 1-2.
He's not making himself any friends with umpires so far down here. He did say he had Bob Watson on speed dial, and I can understand why now. But if he can hit, you know, that's all that matters.
A nice performance today by Carlos Zambrano. 6 innings, 2 runs. Got a lot of support offensively. Continues to hit the ball. A couple of RBIs today, and he looks ready to me.
He's had a good spring. Dempster, Marshall, the rotation, really, all of them. We haven't seen Lilly, obviously, but I would say the rotation's pretty sound.
Owens fouls it back.
Like I said, the depth of the bullpen would concern me. Maybe a little bit of the age, not having a backup to Aramis. I think, you know, you're going to have to hope that he doesn't have any serious injury, because I've seen Miles and Fontenot over third, and they're okay, but not really your classic third baseman.
Guzman's 1-2. A breaking ball is fouled away. Sully, I want to ask you about the Hall of Fame voting, and there's been a lot of talk recently about the steroid era. What's your stance on guys who have been suspected of doing things that might keep them out of the Hall of Fame?
Well, you know, I'm trying to take each one on an individual basis as it comes. You know, I didn't vote for McGuire because I think he was a total product of performance-enhancing drugs, and he was basically a one-dimensional hitter.
Broken bat single to center for Owens.
Whereas Barry Bonds, I don't know. I mean, he was a Hall of Famer before he started doing it, or before we knew he started doing it, or before we allegedly knew he started doing it, I should say. Same with Roger Clemens. So I don't know. That's really a tough call. The whole era is clouded, obviously, and I mean, some guys like Mike Piazza, you never heard them in the mix, but you know, they've been rumored for a long time. So,
well, I think that's the toughest part about all of it, is that it ends up dragging almost everybody down and makes you question guys that you normally wouldn't.
Yeah.
Now, I should have asked you before we went on the air, but did you vote for you voted for Andre Dawson, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
He'll get in.
I think eventually he'll get in. I don't know why it's taking so long. Personally, I compared him to Jim Rice. I thought he was, you know, at least on track, if not better than Jim Rice, especially if you include the defense. Yeah, I vote for Lee Smith, and I don't know, he doesn't seem to be getting a whole lot of support. As Sammy Sosa is going to be a tough one, because, you know, 600 home runs, but then he's got the cloud too.
What is your general criteria for whether a guy is a Hall of Famer or not? Is it the smell test? Smells like a Hall of Famer, he is a Hall of Famer, or how much do you crunch the numbers?
I don't know. I guess I try and take each one individually. I never did vote for Jim Rice, although a lot of people who played with him assured me he was a Hall of Famer. I just didn't think he was good long enough. I even voted for Albert Bell originally, which in hindsight probably wasn't a good choice, but boy, he put up some monster seasons for quite a long period of time. You know, there's the whole personality thing, and you know, should a guy who's kind of a jerk be in the Hall of Fame? But I don't know, Bob, correct me if I'm wrong, are there some jerks in the Hall of Fame?
There's a few in the Hall of Fame, yeah.
Well, I think that'd be one of the toughest things to do as Lillibridge strikes out, is as a reporter to take that personal stuff out of the mix, whether you like a guy personally or you've had problems, you know, run-ins in the past, and take that stuff out of the mix.
Yeah, that's the whole thing of our jobs, is we're human, and you know, people that treat us nicer probably get better coverage of people that are, you know, rude to us. I don't want to say Milton was rude, but he certainly wasn't very nice to me. You know, they're not always going to get the best coverage, so you try and be an objective person, but you know, we are human, so.
2 down here in the 7th. We're with Paul Sullivan. I would think you'd probably rate Lou right near the top in terms of managers you've covered.
Oh, yeah.
Always something new every day.
I love covering Lou. He said the other day about the bullpen, he's going to flip a coin on the closer, and if he's wrong, he's just going to blame me. And I said, yeah, okay. Well, I offered him a coin. He didn't accept it. But yeah, he's a godsend. Lou and Ozzie and even Dusty. I know a lot of Cub fans soured on Dusty, but he was great for us and always had something new to say. And Bobby, I mean, it is tough for a manager to come up with new material at a 162-game schedule.
Especially when your team's not playing well.
Yeah.
How many times can you repeat it and make it sound different than it did the day before when the ball club is just stinking up the field every day?
Yeah. And the first Lou, I think, was really, he had a hard time getting used to Chicago media because we do ask the lineup question an awful lot and a lot of the same subjects, the 100-year thing. But now he just kind of laughs at us and goes with the flow.
1-2 to Quentin. Swing and a miss. Sully, thanks for the time as always. Get back to your blog, all right?
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Paul. 9-3.
A little of this, a pinch of that, and we've got a marinade for our all-white meat grilled chicken breast that makes them more than a little juicy and tender. That's what we're made of.
It's 100% pure beef, which means we have nothing to add. Except, let's eat. That's what we're made of.
Whoa! That must be the coolest job in the world.
Actually, kid, I'm a fighter pilot. He's the lawn pro.
Mow like the pros and cut your mowing time in half with the Toro Time Cutter Z.
No script, no security, no problem. Hi, I'm Alex Boylan. Join me as I circumnavigate the globe without a penny in my pocket.
I can't sleep out at night in the streets.
We're gonna see some amazing places. We're pretty much in the clouds. Meet incredible people.
That feeling you get at nighttime is your soul's recognition that it's finally home.
All without ever knowing what's around the next corner.
There is no limit.
The adventure begins April 16th on Around the World for Free, a WGN America original.
Time for today's Bud Light Fan Cam. It's our last chance to enjoy the Arizona sun. We're going to go with Sun is Shining.
Sun is shining, the weather is sweet. Make you wanna move your dancing feet to the rescue. Here I am. Want you to know y'all. Can you understand? When the morning gather the rainbow, yeah.
That's the great Bob Marley. Today's Bud Light Fan Cam. Just the right taste that never fills you up. The difference is drinkability. White Sox closer Bobby Jenks getting a little work. His team trailing 9-3.
Strong numbers last season for Bobby Jenks. Not only last season, the last 3 years, 111 saves over the last 3 seasons. Spent some time on the disabled list last year, 30 out of 34 in save opportunities last season. He's listed at 6'3", 275. He's a big man. Big Bobby Jenks.
Bradley has yet to put a ball in play. He has walked twice and struck out once. There's a ball in play. He's hustling. Lillibridge threw it past Kroger. And Bradley will end up at second. That ball ended up out of play. It wasn't a bad throw, but Lillibridge was so close to Kroger he didn't give him any reaction time.
primary position is an outfielder. He does play some first base because he's a lefty, and they want to get him in the lineup wherever possible. And you're absolutely right, Len. This is a very tough play for a guy that doesn't play a lot of first base. Throw to his right, gets over in the camera well, and Milton Bradley will advance on to second base.
It's a single and an error. Second miscue for the White Sox. They've made 39 errors this spring. Notice a lot of the everyday players are playing into the late innings as we get into the late part of spring training.
You'll see more and more of that the last week of camp. Guys will start stretching it out, going 7, 8, 9 innings, getting 4 or 5 at bats in a ball game. Perhaps taking the next day off or a short day the next day, but you know, you want your guys just to experience being on their feet for 3 or 3.5 hours like they're going to come opening day.
Ramirez skies this one out into deep right center. Owens tracking, lays out, and he made the catch. Bradley tagging from second. He'll end up at third. Jerry Owens with a fantastic catch out in the deep alley. And a heads-up play by Bradley to move up to third. So Ramirez robbed of extra bases.
It looked like he was going to split that gap perfectly. That ball slicing away from Owens in center field, but the last couple long strides to catch up and make that sliding catch, and has his presence of mind to throw the ball back to Anderson, who streaked by him. He knew he couldn't get to his feet and get that ball back in quickly enough to hold Bradley at third. Heads up play by Jerry Owens.
Infield in against Aaron Miles.
Yeah, that's part of that communication we were talking about earlier about Kosuke Fukudome moving to center field, playing with a new right fielder, and getting used to Soriano being on his right as he plays center field. Jerry Owens makes that nice diving sliding catch and turns around to flip the ball to his right fielder. If the right fielder's not ready for it, Milton Bradley's going to score easily on that play. That's part of the communication, the familiarity you get with the teammates that are playing to your direct right and left. And I'm sure at some point over the next week to 10 days, Kosuke and Milton Bradley and Alfonso Soriano are going to get plenty of opportunities to work together in the outfield, not only during the games, but in early work during the morning with Mike Quade out there, so that they can all get on the same page and make similar types of plays to hold runners. Yeah, Mike Quade brought up a great point about Kosuke Fukudome making the move to center field. Just coming off the WBC, playing for Team Japan with a guy who made the same move last year for the Seattle Mariners. Ichiro Suzuki moved from right field to center field. And he was saying, I haven't really talked to Kosuke about it yet, but I would assume that he really picked Ichiro's brain about the move from right to center field and the differences in the two positions and what Kosuke is going to need to know this season moving forward.
Here comes Jenks on a 2-2, and Miles waved at it. 2 down. Well, we were correct in our assessment. Thought the Cubs would get close to a new Cactus League record, and they have in fact surpassed the old record, which was set last week. 13,327. Packing Ho-Ho-Com Park. Cubs leading the way in the majors this spring. So that's the 5th time this spring the Cubs have been involved in a new Cactus League record attendance. So take that, Glendale.
Well, the bottom line is I think fans are ready for baseball season. I mean, it's just been great attendance at all the ballparks down here in the Cactus League. I haven't really checked the attendance figures in the Grapefruit League, but I would assume that the baseball fans on the East Coast and the southeast part of our great country are ready for baseball.
And we check out the berm out there today. We want to wish a happy 50th anniversary to Jerry and Joni Farr, celebrating with her family out on the berm and right. If you just joined us, the Cubs scored 7 times in the first inning off White Sox starter Clayton Richard. They knocked him out. He only retired 1 guy. Ground ball. Lillibridge will surround it, short throw, and that's the inning. Bradley stranded at third. 7 complete. Cubs 9, White Sox 3.
When my allergies hit, I've got a great new way to hit back. I get Claritin Clear with new Claritin liquid gels, the first and only non-drowsy allergy medicine with pure liquid power. Claritin liquid gels, a powerful new way to live Claritin Clear.
Why the hurry?
My mother-in-law will be here in an hour. Look at my carpet. If I steam clean, it'll be soaked for hours.
Why steam clean? Use Resolve Deep Clean Powder. The moist powder removes ground-in dirt and deep cleans without soaking, so you can easily give your carpets a deep clean, and it's completely dry in 20 minutes. Look, this carpet will please any mother-in-law.
My carpet looks great.
Resolve Deep Clean Powder.
Nobody has to tell you these are tough times. That's why it's a good time to get back under the hood, to keep that car running longer, and do everything you can to make sure a small job doesn't turn into a costly one. And AutoZone is here to help every step of the way. We're the one place you'll find the expertise, tools, and advice you can trust to help you do the job right the first time. Because do it yourself doesn't mean you have to do it alone. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
There's a quaint little place in Italy known for its Tuscan garlic recipes. It's Olive Garden's cooking school, where our chefs learn how roasting garlic brings out the flavor of succulent shrimp in our new Tuscan garlic shrimp. Or try our pan-seared Tuscan garlic chicken at Olive Garden.
There are cinnamon rolls. And then there are Pillsbury Grand Cinnamon Rolls, made with Cinnabon cinnamon. See the difference?
Movie Underground, tonight at 8 East 5 West on WGN America.
Well, Bob threw a football over that mountain yesterday. I was impressed.
Yeah, well, I believe that's Red Mountain, about halfway between Mesa and Scottsdale.
Beautiful sights. We're in Mesa. Our final spring telecast here on WGN Sports. Right-hander and former White Sox Luis Vizcaino will work the 8th. Miguel Negron will bat for the White Sox. Here we go. Strike one.
As they say, multiple changes here in spring training.
Foul back. Big problem for Vizcaino last year with the Rockies. They really struggled against lefties. They hit .372 against him. Righties batted just $170. Called strike 3. Looked like a splitter, changeup from Vizcaino.
Vizcaino, another one of those guys battling for a spot in the middle of that Cubs bullpen. I don't think they envisioned him being in a battle when Vizcaino came over to the Cubs. I think because of his experience in the major leagues, they thought he was a lock for a position in the bullpen, but it's been quite a battle this spring.
Jason Marquis was the Cubs' 5th starter. Now with the Rockies, that trade occurred on January 6th. Donnie Lucy battling Corky Miller for the backup catcher job. behind A.J. Przinsky. He bats for the first time. Kick and the 1-1. A pop up. It's Andres Blanco. Now it's second, and he has it. 2 quick outs. Alexei Ramirez 0 for 3.
Well, Len, as a catcher, a lot of times you come back to the bench after an inning and the pitching coach will be there waiting to meet you at the dugout steps and ask, you know, what was that pitch? Why did you throw that in that situation? Do you think when Donnie Lucy's catching, the pitching coach says, Lucy, you got some explaining to do? I think it's had to happen a few times.
Probably. I was, you know, it's funny you mentioned that. I was trying to come up with other major league players with a first name, you know, obviously a male first name and a last name that would be the first name for a woman. Mark Loretta, Donnie Lucy. And Brad Snyder did not fit that category, but he makes the catch. Bottom of the 8th, 9-3 Cubs.
I hear what you're saying. I just don't do commercials. It's not my thing. Conan, this is different. It's a ton of money, and it's only going to be seen in Sweden. Only in Sweden? All the Hollywood guys do this. This one commercial couldn't hurt. Bud Light. Vroom, vroom, der party starter. Vroom, vroom, party starter.
That wasn't me.
Hey, Conan. Vroom, vroom, party starter.
Party starter.
We placed Leah's sofa in this glass box full of black cats.
Hey, wait, no!
To demonstrate the cleaning power of our newest Pledge product.
I'm gonna clean my couch with this Pledge?
Not that Pledge, Leah. Meet the new Pledge Fabric Sweeper. It's quick and effective, removing as much pet hair as 145 sticky lint roller sheets.
Wow, really works. Ooh, that is one big hairball.
Pick up pet hair. That's the beauty of the new Pledge Fabric Sweeper. You'll find it where you find Pledge. SC Johnson, a family company.
So for my friends and family, I'm choosing my head coach, Pete. And my nutrition coach, and my strength coach.
We got deltoids today, pal! Bring it!
And Coach Pete's home number. And this guy.
It's Gilbert. He's English tutor.
So now I can call them no matter what network they're on?
Without using your minutes.
Sweet!
Get friends and family. Unlimited calling to the out-of-network numbers you call most, plus over 80 million in. Verizon Wireless. Right now, save 50% on our best Samsung devices.
Star Trek, The Next Generation.
I am Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the USS Enterprise.
Saturday at 12 East 9 West on WGN America.
You didn't say you could do that.
Sunday, the road to the postseason turns north as the Bulls charge into Toronto. Bulls, Raptors. Sunday, 3:30 East, 12:30 West on WGN America.
Cubs 9, White Sox 3, as the Cubs will bat in the last of the 8th. Right-hander Justin Castle is on for the White Sox. Trying to come up with some other names, first name, last name. Let's get a little loopy here. George Sherrill.
Well, there you go.
Baltimore Orioles. Boy, first name, girl, last name. You don't want to be thinking about it all weekend.
Yeah, it's starting to bug me now.
Hey, what about this guy?
I can never come up with any. I can't think quickly enough.
Well, I was thinking Derek Lee, but our director Skip Ellison said that doesn't count because it would be L-E-I-G-H for a girl's name. We'll come up with some more.
Speaking of names, I think I've told the story in the past. When I played in San Francisco, there was a huge Giants fan that And he and his wife had a daughter, and they decided to name her Brenly. Her first name was Brenly.
Well, there you go. Bob Brenly fits.
Well, my comment to him was, it's a good thing your favorite player isn't Oral Hershiser, because that would be a heck of an anchor for a young girl to carry around. Brenly's bad enough.
Hirsch for short.
Yeah.
2-1 on Paul Bacco.
That's one thing I really miss in the game of baseball. The good nicknames. You know, it used to be such a part of the game. As Bacco grounds one to first base, that'll go 3-1 if you're scoring at home. All the great nicknames throughout the history of baseball. It just seems like nowadays you just, put a Y at the end of the guy's name. Smitty, Jonesy.
Were there also names that you couldn't put on the air?
Oh, yeah, there was a bunch of those. Yeah. Clubhouse only.
So Taguchi, strike one. Blown outside.
And I blame everything on technology, Len. When I came up through the minor leagues, and I'm sure Ron Santo would agree with this, you couldn't text and play games on your cell phone or listen to your iPod or get on your laptop computer. You had to relate to your teammates. Maybe you played a little cards or slapped some dominoes or something to waste some time, but it was all interpersonal communication with your teammates, and that's when you would come up with nicknames.
So Taguchi with a base hit. He's on with one out. It's the fist bump from Matt Sinatra at first.
Looks like So Taguchi has recovered. As you know, Len, we were standing down in the first base dugout waiting to do the open for today's show, and the fans were throwing down some baseballs and programs to autograph, and one fan was just a little short with the toss, and So was standing in the dugout, took it right off the top of the head. But he looks like he's okay.
Called strike on Brad Snyder. Make it 0-2. Cubs claimed Snyder off waivers from Cleveland on September 22nd of last year. Called strike three. First strikeout for Castle. And it's up to Joey Gathright. That's his first plate appearance. Joey a little late on the swing, one strike. Taguchi not being held by Kroger at first. Cubs lead by 6. Off to Tucson tomorrow, Cubs and the Rockies. And after today, just 3 more home games here in Mesa. Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Then they'll pack up and head to brand new Yankee Stadium for a 2-game exhibition series next Friday and Saturday. And a workout in Houston on Sunday, and then start the season Monday night, April 6th against the Astros. We'll have game 2 of the regular season Tuesday night, April 7th, 7 o'clock Central Time, right here on WGN Sports. In beautiful high definition. Three-2 with a runner going. Chop to second. Lillibridge We'll throw out Gathright. We'll head to the ninth. Cubs lead 9-3.
WWE Superstars is coming to WGN America, a weekly exclusive television series featuring original matches between any superstars from any show. WWE Superstars premieres Thursday, April 16th
at 8 East, 5 West on WGN America.
The values of Best Western.
This is my hotel. As an owner, I make it my business to take better care of travelers.
Sleep in or join us for breakfast.
Watch movies or surf the internet.
Our values go beyond our rates.
That's why we offer our free Best Western Rewards card.
Better values, Best Western. Like 1 million Best Western Rewards points. You're entered when you sign up to earn double points through April 5th or triple points for AAA members. For full details, visit bestwestern.com.
Introducing Dairy Queen Sweet Deals. Any 2 items for $3, any 3 items for $4, or any 4 items for $5. Great food, great deals. I can get a chicken wrap and a sundae together. It's the meal I want at the price I want. The choice is mine. I'm master of my own domain. All powerful. Whoa, was that lightning? DQ Sweet Deals. What's your deal?
And yeah, with this GE profile, you get smart dispense technology, H-tuition weight sensors, and it's Energy Star rated. And I'm thinking you might like the color. Oh. Yeah.
More top brands than anyone, including the one most perfect for you. Now through April 4th, save 20% on all Kenmore appliances and 10% on all other appliance brands. For more, see Sears.com. Sears Blue Appliance Group.
Time for the Budweiser plays of the game. Carlos Zambrano has had a good spring. 6 quality innings today. 3 strikeouts, gave up just 2 runs.
And all the attention on Carlos Zambrano this spring has been on his play on the field. No outside distractions. Very focused, very motivated. Really having a great spring.
Budweiser plays of the game. Cubs lead 9-3. Small breeze, no big deal, not compared to yesterday here in the Valley. And the Cubs are trying to wrap up what would be their 3rd win against the White Sox here in spring training.
Hey, it only took me an inning, but I got one for you. Chad Tracy.
Chad Tracy, very nice. I mean, the Tracy, that opens up a can of worms.
Oh,
Jim
yeah.
Tracy, Chad Tracy, sure.
Yeah, all the Tracys.
Right. So it's veteran lefty Mike Stanton, who started in pro ball in 1987. This is his first spring training in Arizona. How about that? 2 decades all in Florida until 2009. 1 strike on Kroger. Breaking ball at 68, and he got Kroger to miss it. It's not always about the speed. It's about location, arm action.
When you take that much off the breaking ball, invariably it starts almost behind the left-handed hitter. And for any left-handed hitter to stay in there and track that ball into the hitting zone and be able to put any kind of an effective swing on it, that's going to be a tough task.
Only 1 person in Major League history has appeared on the mound more often than Mike Stanton. Jesse Orosco. 1,178 career appearances for Stanton. Swing and a miss. Another breaker. The producer of Cubs baseball on WGN Sports is Mark Brady. Our director, Skip Ellison. Doug Stanton, our associate producer. The executive producer of WGN Sports is Bob Vorwald. Special thanks as well to our technical director, Steve Feinberg, our studio coordinator back at WGN, Debbie Merrill, and our entire WGN crew here in Arizona. Stanton playing the matchup here, and he is out. And Chad Fox will come in. So Stanton did his job, and that is to retire the lefty, and he got Josh Kroger. So we'll be back. We're in the ninth. Cubs 9, White Sox 3.
Introducing Dairy Queen Sweet Deals. Any 2 items for $3, any 3 items for $4, or any 4 items for $5. Great food, great deals. I can get a chicken wrap and a sundae together. It's the meal I want at the price I want. The choice is mine. I'm master of my own domain. All powerful. Whoa, was that lightning? DQ Sweet Deals. What's your deal?
Extreme 3, the only disposable with 3 flexible pivoting blades and 2 conditioning strips to contour to your face for an extremely smooth, comfortable shave. Schick Extreme 3, free your skin.
Why the hurry?
My mother-in-law will be here in an hour. Look at my carpet. If I steam clean, it'll be soaked for hours.
Why steam clean? Use Resolve Deep Clean Powder. The moist powder removes ground-in dirt and deep cleans without soaking, so you can easily give your carpets a deep clean, and it's completely dry in 20 minutes. Look, this carpet will please any mother-in-law.
My carpet looks great.
Resolve Deep Clean Powder.
As we return to action, Chad Fox giving up a double to Josh Fields. Fields going the other way into the right field corner. Runner at second, 1 out. Cubs lead this one 9-3 in the ninth. Fields 3 for 4 on the day. It's his second double.
See the numbers for Chad Fox last season with the Cubs. He's been one of the busier relief pitchers in spring training. This is his 10th appearance. All of his previous 9, 1 inning with the exception of 1 outing against the Seattle Mariners when he went an inning and a third.
Eduardo Escobar is now playing short. And he takes ball 1. Chad Fox still throws hard. That one registering at 93. There's that wicked slider. I'm sure we'll see that slider here in this inning. That was a fastball, and he got Escobar to chase it in the dirt. Boy, that's huge. Could have been 2-0. That's a big swing pitch right there.
No question about it. Gets back to that plate discipline that we were talking about when the show started today. The ability to work counts in your favor. Escobar doing Chad Fox a major favor right there.
Now, how is it that he swung at the pitch before that, and then he took a pretty borderline pitch there? It wasn't called a strike.
He's got a good eye up high. He's not so good down low.
The pitching coach, Larry Rothschild, a lot of big decisions to be made this weekend. Who's going to be the closer? Final few spots in the pen. 10th appearance for Chad Fox. His ERA is under 2. Golf down the left field line. Taguchi chasing after, and it's a souvenir.
And from our conversation with Lou Pinella earlier in the ball game, it sounds like he is preparing to make those announcements on Sunday. Not only the closer's role in the bullpen, but the backup catcher's job. And normally managers like to wait until they have to make those decisions. We've talked about it many times in the past. You know, you declare somebody your closer with a week to go in spring training as Fox punches out Escobar. And then something comes up and you have to change your mind and make another announcement. But I think with a week to go in spring training, Lou wants guys to know what their role are going to be with the ball club. And in the case of the backup catcher's job, give the other guy an opportunity to hook on somewhere for the last week of spring training and possibly win a job with another team.
So Fox faces Jerry Owens. 2 for 4. And singles in his last 2 at bats. Made an excellent catch out in right center earlier. Fields with a double. And that one blocked by Paul Bacco. We say this a lot. I mean, we're in the 9th inning of a spring training game. It's a 6-run Cubs lead. Might not seem like that big a deal, but don't tell that to Chad Fox and Paul Bacco. A couple of guys scratching and clawing, trying to find their way onto the 25-man roster. Awkward looking half swing by Owens, and down to their final strike now, 1-2.
Oh, that's a great point, Len. A lot of the guys that started this ball game have already done their weight work, showered, and are on their way back to their apartments around the Valley of the Sun. But Chad Fox and Paul Bacco trying to take every advantage of every minute they get to go on that field and show the staff what they can do.
Broken bat, fly ball to right, and a base hit and a run for the White Sox. Owens is going to end up with a double, his 3rd hit. Fields scores. Well, Chad Fox did everything he really wanted to. But Owens with a bloop double to right.
That appears to be where the unfairness of the game comes in. It got jammed, broke his bat, but placed that ball in a perfect spot down the right field line to drop it in for a base hit. I mean, obviously these guys are looking for results. They want to have good statistics to be able to show to Lou Pinella and Larry Rothschild and Jim Hendry as spring training draws to a close. But you know, the reality is Chad Fox made the pitch he wanted to make right there. Threw that ball right in on the hands, got a broken bat out of it, but unfortunately the ball dropped in for a base hit. You just hope that your pitching coach and the scouts sitting behind home plate made a note that it was a good pitch. It was an effective pitch, but the result wasn't quite what Chad Fox was looking for.
Pitch to Lillibridge, 94, but he missed the zone. Stay tuned after the game for our Chicago area viewers. The WGN News will follow. Tom Negevin, Allison Payne, and Tom Skilling with the weather. Well, not too many Cub fans have left. Record crowd of 13,327. They want to sing "Go Cubs Go." Right field hit well, but Snyder's there, makes the catch. Cubs win 9-4 the final. They scored 7 of their 9 runs in the first inning. Pretty much cruised from there on out. So a quick handshake between the managers behind home plate. So we'll see you in June. It'll be a midweek series at Wrigley Field. So the Cubs, after watching their 6-game winning streak end last night, start another winning streak today. Cubs 9, White Sox 4, your final. We'll have much more from Mesa in a moment.
WWE Superstars is coming to WGN America, a weekly exclusive television series featuring original matches between any superstars from any show. WWE Superstars premieres Thursday, April 16th
at 8 East, 5 West on WGN America. On the next all-new Legend of the Seeker.
Stop! Everyone dies!
When a dangerous weapon falls into the wrong hands, only one man can stop it.
We have to get out of here.
Don't miss the next
Take them off!
Legend of the Seeker on WGN America.
You do get a hint of drinkability right away.
Does my pen have writability?
Come on, people. We gotta focus. We're not leaving until we've met our budget. We need ideas.
We could cut back on marketing.
We could eliminate bonuses. How about we stop buying Bud Light for every meeting?
It's the only beer with just the right taste. Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
It was a joke! When my allergies hit, I've got a great new way to hit back.
I get Claritin Clear with new Claritin liquid gels, the first and only non-drowsy allergy medicine with pure liquid power. Claritin liquid gels, a powerful new way to live Claritin Clear.
This is the standard we set ourselves for clarity and shine in new Finish Quantum. Our advanced technology cleans better than the leading Cascade product and leaves nothing behind but the jet dry shine. It's only dishwashing, but we believe you deserve the best results every time. Finish, the new name for Electrosol, the diamond standard.
Basketball is a passion for me. I really enjoy it. If I didn't have a leave, it'd be real difficult for me to play.
Only 2 Aleve can stop pain all day. That would take twice as many Advil or 4 times as many Tylenol.
It makes a difference in my whole life. It really does.
Yeah. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. And may you have a strong foundation when the winds of change shift. And may your heart always be joyful. And may your song always be sung. May you stay forever young. May you stay forever young.
Every generation refreshes the world.
Cool. So for my friends and family, I'm choosing my head coach, Pete. And my nutrition coach, and my strength coach.
We got Deltoids today, pal. Bring it!
And Coach Pete's home number. And this guy.
It's Gilbert. He's English tutor.
So now I can call them no matter what network they're on?
Without using your minutes.
Sweet!
Get friends and family. Unlimited calling to the out-of-network numbers you call most, plus over 80 million in Verizon Wireless. Right now, save 50% on our best Samsung devices.
Whoa! That must be the coolest job in the world.
Actually, kid, I'm a fighter pilot. He's the lawn pro.
Mow like the pros and cut your mowing time in half with the amazing Toro Time Cutter Z. Visit a Toro retailer or toro.com/Z to learn more.
Your side. I'm the Seeker.
Don't miss the next Legend of the Seeker on WGN America.
Chicago Cubs baseball brought to you by Budweiser. Reach for the perfect balance of flavor and refreshment. Budweiser, the great American lager. The Illinois Lottery. Play the Illinois Lottery. Have a ball. By Pepsi, every generation refreshes the world. Visit refresheverything.com. Check out Ford's exciting new vehicles at ChicagoFordDealers.com. And by Southwest Airlines. Travel Southwest Airlines for business and get where you need to go on time. Visit Southwest.com today.
Well, the final, the Cubs beat the White Sox 9-4. The final big 7-run first helped out Carlos Zambrano and company. And our next WGN broadcast of Chicago Cubs baseball, it'll count next time. Tuesday, April 7th, the Cubs are in Houston to battle their Central Division rivals. The Astros, Ryan Dempster will get the start from Minute Maid Park. Our broadcast begins at 7 o'clock Central Time, second game of the regular season. Once again, the final score today in Cactus League action, the Cubs 9, the White Sox 4. And now for my partner Bob Brentley and our crew, this is Len Casper. Don't go anywhere. We have the 10th inning show coming up next from Mesa.
Introducing Dairy Queen Sweet Deals. Any 2 items for $3, any 3 items for $4, or any 4 items for $5. Great food, great deals. I can get a chicken wrap and a sundae. together. It's the meal I want at the price I want. The choice is mine. I'm master of my own domain. All powerful. Whoa, was that lightning? DQ Sweet Deals. What's your deal?
Extreme 3, the only disposable with 3 flexible pivoting blades and 2 conditioning strips to contour to your face for an extremely smooth, comfortable shave. Schick Extreme 3, free your skin.
Why the hurry?
My mother-in-law will be here in an hour. Look at my carpet. If I steam clean, it'll be soaked for hours.
Why steam clean? Use Resolve Deep Clean Powder. The moist powder removes ground-in dirt and deep cleans without soaking, so you can easily give your carpets a deep clean, and it's completely dry in 20 minutes. Look, this carpet will please any mother-in-law.
My carpet looks great.
Resolve Deep Clean Powder.
Inning show from Hohokam Park in Mesa, Arizona. The Cubs beat the White Sox today 9-4. The final 12 hits for the Cubs. They scored 7 times in the opening inning. Carlos Zambrano defeated Clayton Richard in this one. Well, we go back into our WGN Sports archives now and go back to spring training of 1966. Leo DeRocher took over the managerial job for the Cubs, and this is the first speech he gave to his players in spring training of 1966.
Well, number one, I guess you know that I'm very happy to be here, and I'm tickled to death to be managing this ball club, and I'm glad to see all you fellas. And I hope you're as happy to be here as I am. I know that, well, I'll talk about some things here, but I know this is a little different ball club, and I just want to say one thing. I don't want to say one word about what was here before I got here. In other words, prior to my coming here, the coaching staff or managership or management of this ball club has nothing to do whatsoever with me. And I have nothing to say about the way they ran the club or what they did or anything else. I'm here as the manager of this ball club. I will run this ball club the way I see fit. What they did is perfectly all right. I run a club a little bit different than they do, which you fellas will certainly see real quick. I am the manager of this ball club, and I am the only one that's going to manage this ball club. Nobody else, front office or anybody else, will run this ball club but me. Number two, any man on this club, my coaching staff, Fitzsimmons, Lockman, and Walker. Charlie Grimm is here, Buck O'Neill is here, Lou Klein, who's ever here. If they tell you to do something out on the field, fellas, it'll be just like it's coming from me. You do whatever they ask you to do. I don't care what they ask you to do. You go ahead and do it. It's perfectly all right. They won't ask you to do anything that I don't advocate or that isn't good for yourself. I like to see my coaches have a lot of authority, and I take a lot of suggestions from them. Any man who thinks he can run a ball club by himself is nuts. If you think you can manage a club and you're the only one that knows, you're crazy. You better have some help. I want you out there working, pepper games, running, do whatever you got to do to get in shape. Ernie Banks, Santo Williams, all Buell, Jackson. I don't have to tell you fellas, Keene. I don't have to tell you older guys how to get in shape. You got to get in shape yourself. You got to play. You got to play. You got to get ready to play. And you young guys, you know, I know you're going to get ready a lot quicker. I know when I played, I'm ready in a week. 4 days, I'm ready to play. I know the older guys are going to take their time. I'm not going to rush you, but you got to get in shape. Now about the rules on the club. 12 o'clock in your room. Of course, I can put a rule on no drinking. What good is that kind of a rule, no drinking? I can put that rule on that you can't take a drink, but I can't go and check your room, and if you want to take a drink, you'll take it on me anyway. And I say, like I've always said, you can't play this game on ginger snaps. If you want to have a drink, go ahead. That's perfectly all right with me. What I don't want, and I won't stand for, is, let's say, during the season we play night ball games, and the game is over 11:30, and I look at the clock, I say 11:30, 1:30, boys. Well, 1:30, 2 hours should be time enough to get a sandwich, a glass of beer, a drink or something, and go to bed. What I mean is I don't want you bellying up to that bar at 2:30, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. At least don't let me catch you. And I'm liable to catch you because I'm known to have been walking around a little bit at that hour myself. I know one thing, if you give me 100% every day, I'm going to get 110 and 115 and 120 out of a lot of you. You're going to give me a little bit extra every day. And we may as well know it now. If I go out on the mound, which I very seldom do when I manage, but if I do, if I go out to the mound and take you out, and whenever you see me come out, if I go out to the mound, very seldom am I taking you out if I come out. If I come out to a pitcher and talk to you, it's very seldom I'll take you out. It's to tell you something, well, let's do this or do that to this guy. Let's pitch this way or something. I may call a sign. A lot of times during the season, we get in a crucial spot, I get hunches, and I may want a certain pitch. That one pitch, I may want you to throw a certain pitch. And if you're the pitcher and you're out there shaking your head no, and that catcher keeps giving that sign, you know there's got to be a reason for it. He wouldn't keep giving it if I didn't want it. That's one thing I want. Maybe I used to do it with Western all the time. I may call a pitch for you. I will take the responsibility.
The great Leo DeRocher. Unfortunately, Cubs lost 103 that year, but they did not have a losing season after that under Leo DeRocher. Our next telecast of Cubs baseball, second game of the regular season. Cubs and the Astros from Minute Maid Park in Houston. 7 o'clock Central Time for our broadcast time. Looking forward to the regular season. Cubs will wrap up camp coming up this Thursday. They'll head off to New York to play the Yankees next weekend. Stay tuned. The WGN News coming up next for our Chicago viewers. Have a great weekend. Bob and I will see you from Houston in a little over a week.
Don't look, but you're totally getting scoped out right now.
Seriously, where?
Don't look. Been staring at you for like 20 minutes.
What, that? That's the money you could be saving with Geico.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Right now, Fridays has 10 entrees for just $9.99 each, like zesty sizzling chicken and shrimp or tender sirloin steak. The top 10 menu's the real deal, and no one else has it. Give me the choice of 10 full entrees for $9.99. Give me more Fridays.
From the sea comes a natural way to breathe freely. New Afrin Pure Sea, the only nasal rinse made from 100% seawater. Afrin Pure Sea gently rinses out dirt, germs, and allergens. Breathe freely with new Afrin Pure Sea.
Extreme 3, the only disposable with 3 flexible pivoting blades and 2 conditioning strips to contour to your face for an extremely smooth, comfortable shave. Schick Extreme 3, free your skin.
America's funniest home videos. Tonight at 7 East, 4 West.
It's big. Really big.
It's wonderful. That's how it is in television, Les. Are we on the air? You got one day to make it, or you're gone.
TV star?
Yes, I want to be on cable. I believe he means television, sir. That's where all the best work is being done. You TV people are unbelievable. Our mission is to go forward. God, I love it.
Things are just getting good. Thank you for this.
You're welcome.
Made a little tweak to the schedule. I'm actually really looking forward to it.
Now it's easy to sell your home fast with the No Commission Company. ForSaleByOwner.com.
We sold our home in 3 weeks.
I had no idea it could be that easy. It really was.
We've helped thousands of people save millions of dollars. We give you lawn signs and a step-by-step guide. We even have advisors on call to answer any questions. Visit ForSaleByOwner.com now at ForSaleByOwner.com. ForSaleByOwner.com. No commission, lots of help.
Engage, 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 engage. This is the USS Enterprise, Captain Jean-Luc Picard.
Well, I know this much. We can't avoid the future.
Live long and prosper.
You know what I like to see?
You gotta see this.
What would you like to see?
Something funny.
What is this, high school?
Seems like it. Everybody's having sex but me.
I'm just a regular guy. I want to see what everybody else wants to see.
Mama!
Well, wait. Go back. You may want to watch this.
I like to see a television show about us.
Oh, now I get it.
I just sat there watching and watching and watching and watching and watching.
The intelligence.
Every time I relax, I fart.
The wisdom. The sophistication. The Bob and Tom Show.
Look out, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Take a peek behind the radio curtain and see why these yahoos have the most listened to radio show in America. If you want celebrity guests, A-list comedians, and just plain Bob and Tom foolery, watch the Bob and Tom Show. Weeknights at 12 midnight East, 9 p.m. West. Only on WGN America. Turn on your TV. Sundays to WGN America.
It's starting.
It's Out of Sight Retro Night.
Simple, uncluttered television with heart.
Sunday at 5 East, 2 West. Only on WGN America.
Don't touch that dog.
You want me to take my clothes off now?
Has anyone ever said yes to that? Do you think I'm attractive? It's wonderful!
Yes! Yes!
Ha ha ha!
She took a midnight train going anywhere. Oh, who didn't know that already?
I'm gonna go spread the word.
It's big. They're really big.
It's wonderful!
That's how it is in television, Les.
Are we on the air?
You got one day to make it, or you're gone.
TV star?
Yes, I want to be on cable. I believe he means television, sir. That's where all the best work is being done. You TV people are unbelievable. Our mission is to go forward.
God, I love it.
Things are just coming good. Thank you for this.
You're welcome.
Made a little tweak to the schedule.
I'm actually really looking forward